All right, YouTube, we're gonna start combing my client hair to the direction that he combs and brushes it. But he asked for a high taper. The consultation, he asked me at first for a low taper. I told him, I was being honest. I said a low taper, it'll be a cut, but it won't look like a cut because he'll be right back in the chair next week. So I just asked him, you know what I'm saying, would it be cool if he just go ahead and get a high taper so it can look more like a haircut? And he agreed with me. So, you know what I'm saying, we started off with the comb, and you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna comb his hair to the desired direction that he combs it, and just jump into this taper. So let's get it. Like I always say, usually I put my first initial guideline in with my trimmers, but you know, I don't want to, do my blades and then making the first initial guideline. So I start with my instincts, you know what I'm saying, close, you know what I'm saying, make sure because if you really think about it, the instincts themselves, they actually get close enough so you can knock the line out. But you know what I'm saying, I don't exactly have my clippers zero gap. I just have them gapped enough so I can come back and knock that first initial guideline out. Always, I repeat, always make your first initial guideline as soft as possible, because there's no use of putting a harsh guideline in and then you had to come back at the end and, just constantly try to get it out. So, you know what I'm saying, just make it soft enough to get it out. And on another note, I'm just gonna talk more on this side because the other side, I'm just gonna let you guys have it. But yeah, just make your first initial guideline, make sure you're neat with everything. And just make sure you just see every hair that you're trying to take away because you just want that hair to leave. Then I go back, I open my blades all the way up. Now I'm going up an inch. Well, I'm just guess measuring. So I just say about a half of an inch. And if you, oh my God, if you notice that I'm just like kind of feathering out that second initial primary guideline, because you know what I'm saying, like I said at first, I don't want to make no harsh guidelines. So if you just notice that I kind of like feather up on everything I do, that would make the guidelines so much easier to get out at the end of the haircut process. Therefore, your detail wouldn't be so hard, to work with, because you just want to have enough room just to fade, detail, and extra stuff that that you need to put in between each haircut detail. Now I'm just gonna close my blade once. Now I just want to let you guys know I'm taking full advantage of these Stylecraft instincts, because I'm using every click motion as I possibly can. And remember to always use the corners as needed, because the more you close the blade, the more you're gonna have to use more of the corners. Like right now, I barely have it just closed from fully open. I'm using about 6 teeth, but the more I close the blade, I use less teeth, because I don't want to close it all the way and still use all the teeth. With that being said, just take notes, man. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, because I'm gonna be dropping gems on you guys, man. If y'all really have anything to ask me, man, y'all more than welcome to ask me, because I will be answering questions in the comment section. I don't ignore my comment section. I read every comment that you guys be saying or asking me to do. Now, I'm like one click for being fully closed. I'm gonna use about 2 to 3 teeth on this part right here, because remember earlier, I said you don't want to use all the teeth. So the more you close the blade, the less teeth you use. And remember to always use your corner, because this is corner work right here. I'm just actually feathering the first initial guideline into the secondary primary guideline. Now, therefore, I had to guard the blade all the way closed. I'm using 1 to 2 teeth on this side right here, because I don't want to use too many, because I put too much work in just to, just to mess that part up. But yeah, I'm gonna talk more on this side right here so you guys can get the main detail and the point of view of what I'm talking about. Now I open it up twice, Now I'm just doing a little detail within that secondary primary guideline because I see some heavy hairs before I started. Before I started my blending process, I want to make sure I got my fade process on point. All right, guys, now we're about to move to the next step. I like showing you guys what guard I'm using on what clippers so you can be more comfortable. I put my number 1 on my Stylecraft Instincts. And before you even start your second initial guideline to start the fade process, remember to always, feather out. As you notice, you see me feathering out that right there because I don't want to put too much pressure on that part right there, because what's the use of me putting pressure on a blend for and knowing that I had to softly get it out? That didn't sound right. Pause on that. But you kind of see what I'm saying. You can see the blend working itself in as I, just feather. It's not too much pressure on that, man. You just let the clippers just do the job. The only thing I'm doing is holding the clippers, guiding the clippers, and I just want to let the clippers know. I'm just talking to the clippers to let them know, hey, man, you just go far enough so, you can know where the blend gonna stop it and the fade gonna begin it, so you can have that compressed fade. You feel where I'm coming from? And remember to always keep that brush in your hand. Now, I still have my number 1 on. What I did, I just opened it up. I closed my blade up. Now, I'm kind of like blending it together, but I'm not initially taking that line out because I just want to work in between the fade and the blend. And remember to always use your corners, man. I have my number 1 guard on, but I'm still using my corner. It may look like I'm using the whole guard, but I'm not, man. You know what I'm saying? And then just make sure your touch is so soft, man, because you don't want to put too much pressure on that. And you can, as you notice, that fade is coming together. But if you really look at it, it seems like I really don't need that number 1. That 0 guard to, take that line out. But I'm going to follow the steps as needed so that, fade can come out the way it needs to. I'm going to ignore that heavy bulk at the top for now. I'm just working on my blend and fade process. Now, you see I got my 0 guard and I still have my Stylecraft Instincts. I'm going to slap them babies on there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to close my 0 guard. And after I close it, remember to always still use the corners, because the smaller the guard, the less the corners you have to use. But I'm getting out of breath with this tutorial because I'm trying to keep it going. But yeah, just kind of use your 0 guard and use the corners. And just be light on your touch, and just ignore that bulk at the top, because remember, I'm gonna come back with that with the next following guard. So as of right now, let's just kind of like enjoy this ASMR moment, because I like looking at my own haircuts, and I like to talk about my own haircuts and all that stuff like that. But like I said, man, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, because your boy Black Prince the Barber will be dropping them gems. I'm giving you guys every step I possibly can give, because let's just say if I didn't know how to cut hair, and I'm hearing people talking about cutting hair, I want to know what gems are they dropping so I can learn myself. Now, I barely open the 0 guard up. The more you open it, the higher you go, and you just add an extra tooth. You just add an extra teeth on the detail process. The more you close it, you use less teeth. I hope you guys kind of understand what I'm saying, because if you don't, just rewind the video back, because this is YouTube. Now, as you notice, I closed some 0 guards, and I just seen a little spot right there, and I just want to go ahead and knock that out before I get to the next following step. But as of right now, man, come on now. Come on. Your boy Black Prince the Barber dropping them gems. I want everybody to comment gems in the comment section. That's all. If you're paying attention to this video, comment gems in the comment section. Now, I don't have no guards on. Straight Stylecraft Instincts. Now, this is where it get real complicated at. You use about 2 teeth of the clippers, because like I said earlier, you put in too much work just to use all them teeth to do detail work. I got I'm using about 2 teeth to do the detail work as follows. So if you notice, I'm pausing every time I talk, because if I'm talking too long, everybody that talk, they had to stop and take a deep breath or something like that. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm not hesitating on talking to you guys. I just stop for a while and take a deep breath like I just did as we speak, and continue. But as you notice, that blend is coming together, man. I mean, just look at it, man. I mean, it's gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? The blend is gorgeous. But you know what I'm saying? It's how you make it, man. Because you know what I'm saying? That, like that old saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. But this haircut is come together in one day. So, well, in a couple of minutes. But by me doing a lot of editing and stuff like that, I'm trying to make it what it is. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. Look at that blend, man. Now, he have a heavy wave up there, so I'm going to have to blend that wave into the rest of the cut. So what I did, I got my number 2. I slapped my number 2 on my Stylecraft Instincts. Now, right there with the parietal ridge at, that's the area I'm finna start working in, right there where I'm brushing it. So remember to always, feather out, because you don't want to just go into the hair, because you don't know how his hair going to react towards the next guard. So always start slow so you can always know where you at. But as you notice, that number 2 is like kind of like blending that wave out just a little bit. I don't want to take too much of his waves out because it'll look like his haircut is kind of like skippy. So now I just run my number 2 over his wave so I can, just get it real smooth so I can just come back with the next step. Man, look, if y'all just keep on just noticing what I'm saying, man, follow my instruction, man, y'all will be, man, I'm telling you. Now I close the number 2. Now I'm working directly on that parietal ridge area. I'm just softening up that area right there so I can come back with the following guard. As you notice, that blend is coming together. But from my barber's eye, I don't really just see it coming completely together because you already know I got another step for you. But let's just enjoy this little moment right here. Okay, now that's my number 1. I'm gonna put my number 1 back on my Stylecraft Instincts. After I put my number 1 on, I'm gonna open the jumps up. Now I'm gonna go underneath that 2 close, right there where I told you I was gonna soften up that little parietal ridge area. And it may look like I'm using all my teeth, but I'm not. Remember to never always use all your teeth when you blending, because you're trying to do details as you blend. But I got that rock motion. I blend on this side and then come back on the other side. If you notice the way I'm just rocking my clippers back and forth. But remember to always make the other side match up with this side. And every time I start cutting hair, I have a habit of starting on the left side, because I'm not more of starting on the opposite side first. I don't know it. It's just been like that for me all my, haircutting career. But yeah, so we're just gonna make sure everything blended. And now I still have my 1 on. So what I'm doing, I'm gonna close some joints up and I'm gonna go with the grain just to smooth off everything, because I'm actually kind of on that finishing touch. But at the end of this haircut process, the whole haircut, I just went back over when I turned the cameras off and just did a little more detail work, because, I just wanted him to look fire when he got up. So with that being said, man, look at that blend, man. Look at that fade. The difference between a blend and a fade, you're going to fade the first initial guideline out, and then you're going to start blending that heavy hair. So we're about to start on the next side. I'm going to speed it up until we get up to the edge up. Let's get it. Welcome back, guys. I'm glad you guys are back because we is almost done with the haircut. So what I did, I grabbed my number 1 guard. Now I'm about to, just go over his edge up. Not, just putting too much pressure on his edge up, because I want to save and take enough hair off so his edge up can look full. I mean, don't get me wrong. He have dark hair. His edge up gonna be full anyway. But I just want to give it that illusion, you know what I'm saying, that his hair is, you know, cut evenly all the way around, even though I did cut it all the way around as number one. But I just want to take that one and, you know what I'm saying, just barely glaze over the tip of his edge up. But remember to always take your time, because, you know what I'm saying, the edge up is gonna set itself separated from the fade. So in other words, you know what I'm saying, you got to make the edge up more important than anything on the haircut. But yeah, let's get it. So the first thing I do, I just spray a little Tresemme edge and hold and spray on this edge up. And I just let that hair just lock up. After it lock up, I grab that brush and, you know what I'm saying, I just give him a little brush session, you know, for to make sure the edge up is gonna be there. And after that, I kind of like grab my little bitty brush and I just, you know, just brush the tips up, because, you know, I just want to let you know what I'm finna do. Now, what I'm pointing at those is where that right there, I'm gonna start his edge up right there, because his hair is a little lighter in certain areas. So I just want to point that out to you guys, because I don't want you guys to say, oh, Black Prince just went up in this edge up and started edging them up any kind of way. Nah, bruh. It's not like that. I'm giving you guys the gems, man. I'm giving you guys that drip. I'm giving you guys that sauce. So, who I'm getting out of breath? Now I take my cocos, you know what I'm saying? Yep, I'm in love with the cocoa. But anyway, I grab my cocos and I start, my starting point is dead center. Now, he have a little bang, so I'm gonna knock that bang off, because why would you want me to edge you up and just leave the bang? Man, tell me what client be like, hey man, leave me that little Eddie Monster bang at the front. Nah, I'm not gonna leave no bang, man. We don't do that here. Where they do that at. But yeah, I'm gonna start in the center, and you know what I'm saying, just make my rough draft and see where I'm working at. I always goes to the highest part, or where his hair is thinning at, which is his left side. And only thing I'm doing is really just trying to match up that left side with that right side. But let's just get into it until we get to the final, you know what I'm saying, touch of the whole haircut, because I don't want to talk too much on this edge up. Well, I can, but you know, I just like looking at myself cutting hair. But yeah, let's just fast forward a little bit until we get to the final product, or the final, what you call it. Let's just fast forward until we get done.